Liam, a boy with a keen sense of adventure and a fascination for the unexplained, stumbled upon a hidden playground quite by chance. His attention was caught by a peculiar arrangement of overgrown ivy and brambles that seemed almost deliberately placed. Pushing past the tangled greenery, he found himself in a clearing where the eerie, forgotten playground lay. It was as if the playground had been waiting, shrouded in secrecy and silence, for someone like Liam to uncover its hidden mysteries. The playground bore the scars of neglect. The swings groaned with rust. The slide twisted oddly, and the merry-go-round seemed to spin ever so slightly on its own. Liam felt an inexplicable pull towards this place, an allure that beckoned him, especially at night. Under the cold, silver glow of the full moon, Liam returned, his heart thudding in eerie anticipation. As he looked out at the playground while hiding among the thick foliage, he felt the remnants of joy that once thrived there, yet now it seemed to be overshadowed by sorrow. Then, in the blink of an eye, the ghostly apparitions appeared. Children, garbed in antiquated attire, their eyes hollow, their smiles a little too wide, played in an eternal loop of laughter and screams. Liam watched, both horrified and entranced. They beckoned him closer, their voices a melodic, chilling invitation. He was mesmerized by their shadowy forms and haunting laughter, standing transfixed as he watched them from the shadows. However, as the minutes passed and the ghostly play turned more surreal, a creeping sense of unease overtook his fascination, prompting him to leave the playground, his heart racing with a mix of fear and lingering curiosity. Each night, Liam returned, drawn by a morbid fascination. He was able to learn their names and their stories, each more tragic than the last. Eliza, who vanished on a stormy night. Thomas, whose laughter was cut short by a bizarre accident. Sarah, whose sadness lingered in her ghostly eyes. The playground, Liam discovered, was a point of limbo for these lost souls. Children who met their ends in shadows of misfortune. Their spirits were tethered to this place, their moments of death replaying endlessly in the moonlight. Night after night, he had kept to his hidden vantage point, too captivated to stay away, but too cautious to join in. One fateful night, as he watched their ghostly dances and listened to their echoing laughter, he felt a chilling shift in the air. Unbeknownst to Liam, the spectral children had become aware of his presence. Perhaps it was the regularity of his visits, or a sense that they were being watched. As the moon cast its ghostly glow over the playground, the children abruptly stopped their play. In a seamless, almost choreographed movement, they turned towards Liam's hiding spot. Before he could react, Liam found himself suddenly encircled by the ghostly figures, their pale faces inches from his own, their eyes reflecting mischief and melancholy. It was a surreal, heart-stopping moment. The barrier between observer and observed had vanished, and Liam stood, frozen, in the heart of their ghostly realm. They whispered of a game, one that would require a living participant to play along. All of a sudden, Liam felt weak, like the energy was being drained from him. In a desperate attempt, he flailed his arms and made a break for it, trying to put as much distance between him and the eerie figures as he possibly could. When Liam returned home, he felt a disconnection from the world around him. As he reached out to open the front door, his hand passed through the knob. At that moment, with a heart heavy with dread, Liam realized the horrifying truth. He was no longer a living boy, but a ghost, a mere whisper of his former self. He turned, his eyes widening in shock and fear as he saw someone who looked exactly like him walk through the door with a confident stride. This eerie double greeted his family with a smile that was hauntingly familiar, yet unmistakably void of Liam's genuine warmth. Liam watched, powerless and invisible, as this imposter effortlessly slipped into his life, taking his place at the dinner table, laughing with his family, and casting Liam into the shadows of his own existence, a silent specter in the home he once filled with life. The real Liam struggled to make his presence known. He attempted to reach out to his family, to warn them, but all his efforts were in vain. He was just a whisper, an unseen and unfelt presence in his own home. He watched helplessly as his clone integrated seamlessly into his life, fooling his family and friends. It mimicked Liam's behaviors and mannerisms but lacked his soul and warmth, leaving those around him feeling uneasy, ultimately leading to those closest to him distancing themselves from him. As the days passed since Liam's encounters at the playground, his family began to notice subtle changes in him. He seemed distant, his laughter lacked its usual warmth, and his once sparkling eyes now appeared dull and lifeless. The imposter's intention became clear as time went on. It wasn't merely happy with taking Liam's place. It was slowly and methodically erasing all traces of the real Liam's existence, twisting his memories and altering his relationships with those he cared about.